I am so excited for the Oculus Quest, and I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they managed to fit such innovative, such large technology on a massive scale. Technology that's enough to transport you into another world. I don't know how they fit it in such a small portable package, but they did. Oculus managed to do it. Oculus proved us wrong once again, and me, a proud owner of an Oculus Rift, personally, I can't wait to get my hands on a Quest. The Oculus Quest comes out in spring 2019, which is just around the corner, and I've heard people email me saying, hey, do you prefer the Oculus Quest or are you going to buy the Oculus Rift? Do you think I should buy the Oculus Quest or the Rift? Which one do you think will be better, the Rift or the Quest? I've had so many questions like that, and generally this topic is very hard to broach. It's hard to compare these two since they're very different on a massive scale, but I will be comparing them today and seeing whether you should buy them by suiting them to your needs. Whether you need glasses, whether you already have a gaming PC, whether you're trying video games for the first time, or you just want to skip past all that screen crap and jump straight into it. Literally, whether if you are new to VR entirely, whether you don't know if you should buy the Quest or the Vive, I will answer all those questions and more in today's episode. Oculus Quest versus the Oculus Rift. Which one should you buy? Now, I recently got into VR. I started out with an HTC Vive, and I switched over to an Oculus Rift about 2 years ago. And right now, the Oculus Rift has been permanently priced at $350, while the Oculus Quest at launch will cost $399, about the same price as, let's say, a PlayStation or a Nintendo Switch. Okay, so today I will be comparing the Oculus Rift and the Quest in about 6 different categories, which will be portability, affordability, graphics, games, conveniency, and specs. I will give each category a score out of about 10, let's say, so we don't have any ugly decimal numbers. And then I will give a final score based on what's suitable for you, whether what categories you fit into, or whether you should buy it or not. Now, here's something I'm going to say straight off the bat. If you own glasses and you really can't see anything without your glasses on, I'm going to have to urge you to go for the Oculus Quest. I have the Oculus Rift. I've had many people come over with glasses. They've had to take them off because, let me tell you, no matter what you do, it is absolutely impossible to fit your glasses in an Oculus Rift. The space between your eyes and the headset, it's just too narrow. There's no way you'll be able to fit them. I've heard there are some online solutions such as spec filters or whatever that you can attach to your Rift, but it's not convenient. The Quest, it has actually been built and modified for those people with glasses. Again, congrats on Oculus's part for thinking about the small things. But yeah, there's plenty of eye space for you to put your glasses in the headset itself while you use VR. So you'll be able to see plaintively and clearly when you use VR. So if you do own glasses, the only way your glasses will fit in the headset itself is if you get the Quest. Sorry about that. Now, on to portability. We're going to start this off right away. And on the topic of portability and accessibility, I think you do know who would win in this situation. So, the Oculus Rift, obviously, it is not that portable, having wire sensors, needing a full PC to run. But that is expected since the Oculus Rift aims for a more hardcore gamer experience. You wouldn't take your gaming PC with you to a cafe, you take your laptop. That's kind of the situation with the Quest. You wouldn't take your gaming PC Rift to the cafe, you would take your gaming laptop Quest to the cafe. And that's sort of what goes here. The Rift is very inaccessible on most parts. You can't move it around. Okay, you can if you want. It is actually portable, like not, you know, conveniently portable where you can pack it up and go to your friend's house, but like if you're moving, you can unplug the sensors and you can pack them up, you can reset everything and reset up your guardian system at the new house, but that isn't convenient. With the Oculus Quest, not only does it have no wires, no PC to run, you just pack it and go, but also the programs in it are convenient. You have multi-room guardian systems where you can have guardian systems for different rooms in different places. Let's say you're in your vacation home and then suddenly, oh, it's an emergency, you got to go back to work. So you bring that Oculus with you over to your work and you have a saved play space there, so you can just play it right out the box. Not to mention, usually for the Rift, since you have to set up physical outdoor sensors around your room, you usually have to dedicate a room for your play space. Let's say your kitchen, that's a bad example. Let's say your bedroom, you usually have to exclude a giant space. You have to give up a giant space to use your Rift because that's going to be your play space. Moving that around can be difficult, while with the Quest, since the sensors are built on the headset itself, you can bring it anywhere and you can have multiple play spaces across the world. So for portability, I'm going to have to give an Oculus Quest. I actually do think it deserves a full 10 because, let's face it, I actually can't think of anything too wrong with the portability on a Oculus Quest part. But the Oculus Rift, I am gonna have to give a 4 because that's not a bad thing. Portability isn't everything, and it certainly isn't everything for the Rift, considering how insane and how good it is, but it's a 4. Okay, I can't give it any more than that. Even 4 is kind of pushing it. It really wasn't built for portability. It was built for a standalone gaming experience. That's what Oculus was aiming for, and that's what we got. So it's a 4, and the Oculus Quest is a 10 on the subject of portability. Now, on the subject of graphics, for the Oculus Rift versus the Oculus Quest, I'm gonna have to say the Oculus Rift has better graphics. While the Oculus Quest runs at generally 30 frames per second, and it can run 72 frames per second max, most of the games and apps, they will hit around 60 FPS, which is to be expected. You would see that on a PS4 or Oculus Rift, and that's a good thing, but it actually uses a old Snapdragon Qualcomm mobile chip, which is a big downgrade from the Rift. It also has one texture packs, while the Rift has, I believe, 4 texture packs, so everything looks much more detailed in the Rift. Not too noticeable if you only own the Quest, but it is very noticeable if you do own the Rift. Although the Quest, which now has a fan built into it, it doesn't generally heat up ever. It's very hard to heat up. You're gonna actually have to try and purposely heat it up if you want it to get hot, so that's a good thing. But the Quest, that's understandable as well. It's meant to be a portable gaming experience, not as, you know, a hardcore Rift gaming experience. The Rift, it can run really high resolution and stuff. It can feel like you're really there. The Quest, it's single textured, more for going out. So on this part for graphics, I'm going to have to give the Quest a 7.5, and I'm gonna have to give the Rift a solid 9. Okay, so affordability, this is a short topic, but I think you know the answer. So the Oculus Quest coming in spring 2019, it's going to be priced at $399, while the Rift is going to be priced, it's now permanently priced at $350. That seems like a simple enough and solid answer, but it's not, because unlike the Quest, the Rift will need a gaming PC. And if you already have a gaming PC, it's free. It's just priced at $350 for you, but for most people who wouldn't own a gaming PC, that's going to be about $1,000 more, because gaming PCs are insanely expensive. Like, I mean expensive. and you're not going to be getting a cheap gaming PC. The minimum requirement graphics card for an Oculus Rift to run is a GTX 1060, and those generally themselves are $550. So you're going to need a very expensive gaming PC. I'd say $1,000 minimum. That's still pushing it. So the Quest is going to be around $399, and that's all you're going to need to get. While the Rift may be $350, you're going to have to add $1,000 onto that because you need a gaming PC to run it. So I don't know how to rate this. I guess I'll rate Quest as a 10, and I'll rate Oculus as the Rift as a 5, because let's just say the Quest won on this part, the Oculus didn't, on affordability. If you're a hardcore gamer, I think you know the answer. It is the Rift if you already own a gaming PC, because the gaming PC is free. It is the Rift that is cheaper, but if not, it is definitely by far the Oculus Quest. Okay, now on to games. This isn't very fair of a category, actually, considering that the Oculus Quest is just coming out and the Oculus Rift has been out for a certain number of years, but I will rate it on this, not because of the games that are out, but because of the games they can manage. I'm going to be fair, not rate it again on how many games they can run, because that's not fair. The Quest just came out, but I'm going to rate it on the games they can manage. So, the Oculus Quest will be releasing with 50 titles, including, Vader Immortal, Big Screen VR, Super Hot VR, Tennis Scramble, all those fun things. And that is good. Super Hot VR, they're good experiences and all of that. The games the Oculus Quest comes out with, I played them, and besides Vader Immortal, of course, and Tennis Scramble, but I've played them and they are hilariously fun, especially Super Hot VR, which is by far my best gaming experience. Not VR experience, but best gaming experience in general. So yeah, the Oculus Quest, it has an amazing selection of games, and of course there's going to be much more than 50 titles within the first week because of Oculus's very supportive community. There are going to probably be like 100, and there's going to be no lack of games for the Quest. That's not what we're worried about, but we're worried about what the Quest can run. As you saw in the graphics category, the Quest got a 7.5, and that is because of the stuff it can run. While the Oculus Rift can run stuff like Skyrim VR, Fallout VR, all that stuff, because it's connected to a gaming PC. A gaming PC is the only thing that can run those things beside consoles, and that's generally what those games are built for. The Oculus Quest, I am almost 100% sure, will not be able to run games like that, will not be able to run games like, Doom or whatever, because it's not convenient. It's single textured. I don't know how they would manage to do that. Maybe it would be like running at 10 frames per second on a 8-bit screen, but yeah, I'm gonna have to give the Rift a win on this one, not because of how many games are out, but because of the types of games it can run. The Rift can generally run more games than the Quest, so I'm gonna have to give the Quest an 8, and I'll give the Rift a 10. Okay, so conveniency. This kind of goes with portability, but not really. The reason I made a separate category for conveniency from portability is because I feel like conveniency is more of a being able to just get it out whenever you want, get it out of the pool, not really, but get it out whenever. And portability is sort of like taking it, traveling with it, stuff like that, moving it to different locations. So we covered that there are multi-room guardian systems with the portable Oculus Quest, but the conveniency for the Oculus Quest is also going to be obviously high, while the Rift will be low. The conveniency for the Quest is you can just take it out of the box, put it on, and you're in VR. The Rift doesn't really win by a lot. I'm not counting setting it up, because that's just unfair. You have to set both things up, and we don't even know how the Quest is going to be set up, so it's unfair for me to rate it on that. But the Oculus Rift, it still isn't generally too convenient. You still have to power on your computer and run the Oculus shortcut. So I'm going to have to give the Oculus Quest about a 10 on conveniency, and I'm gonna give the Rift an 8. Not because the Rift is convenient to use if you've already set it up. You just walk into your play space, put on the headset, power it on, and you're there. But there still is a minor process that takes place. I'm sure you understand what I mean. I'm going to do a comfort category, but I didn't feel it would be fair since we don't have a Quest to test it with. But we have heard that while the Rift has that foam padding around the headset where it connects to your face, the Quest will have rubber, which sounds much more comfortable. It will have adjustable head straps. People that have used the Quest have said it's more evenly balanced throughout the head, and that the head straps on the Quest are more accessible. I'm sure if we had a comfort category, the Quest would have won anyway, but I didn't do it because, you know, it's just not fair. So, what should you buy, the Quest or the Rift? I'm going to give you 3 short, simple answers. If you were around at the beginning of the video and you do wear glasses, get the Quest, okay? There's no doubt about it, because if you really do need those glasses to see, get the Quest. But if you don't really need those glasses to see, maybe they're just sort of reading glasses or glasses you use in school, and you already own a gaming PC, if you already own one, then you should get the Rift. It is a higher experience. Now on to the next category. If you don't own a gaming PC, 100% get the Quest, okay? It's basically pretty much the same thing as the Rift, but you know, I think it will be a much more easier, much more enjoyable gaming experience to newcomers in VR than with the Rift. The Rift is a little harder to get used to. I believe the Quest is the obvious win for anyone who does not own a gaming PC and is looking forward for their first time in virtual reality. Now, if you are more of a gamer, like, you know, epic gamer, then, and you already own a gaming PC with a GTX 1060 graphics card, I really do urge you to get the Rift, because if you already own a gaming PC, the Rift is cheaper. So you might as well get the Rift. And if you're a gaming PC, I'm sure you're going to love all those extra fine details the Rift has, such as the better quality, the more games. I'm sure you'll really appreciate it. Of course, those three opinions are just my suggestions. If you really disagree with it, I'm not going to stop you from buying it, but I just really try to help you make the right choice based on your needs. Of course, you know your own needs more than I do, so go out and buy the Quest, the Rift, whatever suits you best. That was basically my video on the Quest versus the Rift. If you liked it, if you found any info useful or helpful, if this helped you make a final decision for when the Quest comes out, please do leave a like and subscribe, turn notifications on. Tell me if you liked the video, tell me if you didn't. Feel free to leave some criticism. I'm always open to suggestions, any topics, any video ideas. Please do leave that all in the comment section. But again, this was my video on Oculus Quest versus Rift. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Bye.
Now boys, don't get into any trouble when Mommy and Daddy are gone. And don't make a mess.
You like party?